talking?
Oh, no, what?
Oh, I was just checking because it said your thing was moving, but I hadn't heard anything.
It might just be small sounds that I'm making. Yeah, my phone is so fucking slow right now. I need a new phone. So does Trish. What do you mean? It says waiting for phone to cool down before it uses the camera.
I guess it's waiting to
This
cool
bitch
down.
isn't hot.
This
It's not
shit's
even hot though,
empty.
like in any capacity.
Oh, I guess I can do it like that, huh?
That's what I mean by this phone's a piece of shit. I hate this phone, it sucks. Got a new phone, so you don't have to read the thing. Unknown QR code. I know, that's why I put the speaker there. Again. Why is the fan off? Search, no, no. No. Try another way. Try another way. Yes, it's me. Thank you. Okay. Okay. There's an issue signing you into YouTube. What the fuck are you talking about? YouTube.com/oops. That's a thing?
Good song.
Oh, worked. How do you even stream on YouTube? Oh, just create and go live.
Yeah. No, I closed out of it. Oh my days. I was vibing out to that, man.
Can we stream together? Is that something we can do? I know you can do that on Twitch.
I'm not 100% sure. We can look it up real quick.
Oh, I don't even have access to this. 684. Heavy? It's 684, right? The area code.
Oh yeah. You can go live together feature. I don't know how.
Well, I can't even fucking yet. What? 684 254 2604. What do you mean? Abby, come here. Is what you're doing that important? Type my phone number in, please. Just type it in. You shouldn't have to do it. Why did that?
Hmm.
684.
You should definitely film your boring life. I'm trying, okay? It's just not working.
Okay, this is what it says. Only 23 hours, 59 minutes, and 42 seconds until you can stream. You requested streaming access on April 25th, 2026 at 2:25 p.m. Once it's available on your channel, you can schedule streams or go live instantly.
Hmm.
Did you have to do that?
No, but I also had YouTube, like, subscribers for a while, so I'm not 100% sure.
It might be a new thing.
Possibly.
Channel... What?
Mm. Hey, man, I just work here.
My ninja. I have 0 subscribers because I've never posted anything.
I don't know. Posting on YouTube feels weird, but I feel like it's
Guys,
probably going to be a algorithm thing, which is quite frustrating. Doesn't really feel like a real thing anymore. I've told myself I'm just gonna start posting like just random things as I want, but I start getting depressed, so sometimes I just stop
wait,
doing it as or
did I
altogether.
post this?
Huh?
I did post it. What the fuck? I have one post.
Mm.
Someone who has almost the exact same name as me, except one letter is different. His Roblox, his I just spoke while I was reading. Uh, his account says, "I support Palestine." Roblox creator.
Would you kindly? Would you kindly get this? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find that? Would you kindly find? Would you kindly get this?
Oh my gosh, these fucking AI things are out of hand.
Jet Set Radio!
Let's get
Somewhere in Asia, there's a city that cannot be found on any map called Tokyo-to, but everyone just calls it Tokyo. The two hottest things in the streets of Tokyo-to are the punks wearing magnetically driven inline skates powered by newly developed Netrium batteries and Jet Set Radio,
Yeah, the only thing I've ever
pirate
posted
radio
was
station,
on May 7th.
manned by the DJ Professor K, that plays nothing but non-stop hardcore music. Those street punks have been named Rudies by the people of Tokyo-to. They roam the streets and cover the city with their personal graffiti, claiming that it is their way of expressing themselves to the world. However, ever since the metropolitan government and the financial conglomerate,
What?
the Rokkaku Group, combined their efforts to co-found the 21st Century Project, the streets of Tokyo-to have never
I
been the
have
same
no idea
again.
what she's talking about.
Police crackdowns on the Rudies have become more severe, and Captain Onishima is more anxious than ever to put
It's on.
Hey!
This is Onishima. Get to Park Street. All officers respond.
Come on. Come on.
This is headquarters to motorcycle units. Headquarters to motorcycle
Nope,
units.
let go.
Capture
Nope,
the
don't grab
suspect
that,
at
don't
all
grab that.
costs.
Walk. Walk. No, let go. Come on, walk. Let's go. Come on. No. Henry, I'll get over here. What? That was me. In there. Hey, just so you know, I have no idea what you were talking about when you said that. You said we gotta put the thing, and then stuck your hand up. Where's the wood? Or
Trauma. It's a word that's thrown around a ton on the internet nowadays, but it can manifest itself in all types of different forms. Maybe you've endured a bad relationship that's led you to developing some trust issues, or perhaps you've had your fair share of bullies growing up. Well, what about being neglected as a child to the point that your parents can't see you for who you are? I was a bit specific on that last one, but that's because it perfectly describes a short film known simply as Opal. It debuted on Halloween Day of 2020 on the all too famous Adult Swim. It was created by this man, Jack Stauber. If you've somehow never heard of Jack Stauber, he's famous for his signature sound profile. This very original, weird and loud sound that seems to resonate with a ton of people. At the very least, you had to have heard at least one of these songs.
Tears falling down at the party. Saddest little baby in the room.
But we're not here to talk about his other accomplishments. We're here to talk about this, Opal, a 12-minute short that, despite its small length, manages to pack an entire story and history of childhood trauma that has been pent up in this tortured, poor child. In the short, you get to see this character struggle to cope with a dysfunctional family made up of a complete narcissist, a dying smoker, and an alcoholic mother. The short begins with a quite nice piano melody that introduces us to the three main major events that this character will encounter throughout the entire short. These cigarettes from the old grandfather, the mirrors of the narcissistic man, and the pills and alcohol from an older woman. After showing us these three scenes, we fly through a window as we cut to a house on the other side of the street. Inside, we are greeted with a family singing a song to their daughter, who seems to be named Opal. The song is entirely about seeing their daughter, with each character saying one line about how they can see Opal.
There she is.
That's my girl. Hi, Opal.
Opal is then given a burger and randomly decides to just dance with it, presumably because she doesn't know what to do with it. Now let's take a note of this right now because this will be important later. Opal's attention is then directed across the street as we see a darker, creepier looking house, which her parents then interrupt with a quick lyric about not worrying about the house across the street.
Don't mind the house across the street, Opal. It's not where your attention ought to be.
Right there.
Opal.
Opal is sent to bed early but decides to sneak out and see what's up with the house across the street.
He's
Opal's
in
attention
here.
is brought to the upstairs of the home with a beautiful piece of music
pointed
playing
when
that
you
can only
asked.
be described as unsettling yet
Right there.
heavenly. As she makes her way to the front door, she is scared by a bunch of lights shining on her, which forces her to rush inside. This catches the attention of this blind man, asking her to bring her his cigarettes, noting the following.
Claire, is that you? Come here, I need you to bring me my cigarettes. Don't think about hiding them again either. I know it's you who's doing that.
Then we break into an absolute banger of a musical number where the man begins to sing a song about how it must be easy to breathe on TV. And you know what? Why even explain it when we can just sit here and vibe?
Tell me, why does it sound so easy to breathe? On TV, I can't see why it sounds so easy to breathe. I'm popular here.
We get more insight into the man as throughout the song we see his struggle with health as he uses television to cope with his current health condition, using cigarettes and TV as an escape from this drastic condition that he finds himself in. As the song comes to an end, the grandpa notes that this is not her granddaughter Claire, and this leads to Opal rushing out of the room as the grandpa is yelling at her to get out, leading to our next encounter. As she makes her way to the hallway, we see her attention brought to this doorway, which is met with the same beautiful music from earlier when we saw the window from outside.
I can fix it somehow.
Just then, she is interrupted by this man in a room full of mirrors, who begins talking entirely about himself. This entire scene, the man basically has a conversation with himself, never allowing the kid to even get a single word in, moving so fast from point to point, comparing himself to the kid, even insulting her ankles and saying that he's glad he doesn't have them.
Themselves. I actually look really good in that. Glad I don't have your ankles though. Nothing against them. Never mind. Sorry, my brain. I often find myself...
It's kind of unsettling how the music jumps from scary suspense to airy and cheerful within seconds of each other, which I will come to talk about later. Just as this convo is coming to an end, he cuts to a musical number about his personal insecurities and overt narcissism.
I don't know, I get so worked up, I'll just tell you.
They turned me down, now I live my nightmare. Gotta be seen by someone out there. Now I sit here in reflection chamber, fixing myself so that all can see.
With tons of references to how beautiful and godly his skin is, noting that life is just a costume away. Clearly putting emphasis on the fact that this man has had some deep event in his life that has led him down this path of constantly being on edge about his physical appearance, to the point that he now sits in a reflection chamber, a metaphor on how caught up in his own life the father is. As this musical number comes to an end, the grandfather comes up, scaring Opal, which forces her to run into the next door, shutting it closed. A hand then suddenly grabs her legs, which appears to be from this woman who is clearly a drunk. The older woman begins stating how terrible she feels, telling Opal that women like her and Opal just survive.
I feel terrible for all the things. I feel terrible. You and I don't live, Claire. We survive.
The woman begins singing a song about how she needs her little girl to take care of her.
Mama needs a little girl to land on. Mama needs a little girl to fall in her arms.
This scene then goes out of whack and Opal manages to get away from the situation, running upstairs to the safe haven that we've seen alluded to in the entire short. She finally gets upstairs to this room and locks the door by pushing a chair up against it. It's during this scene that the viewer is then hit with the realization that Opal isn't actually the name of this character. Her name is actually Claire, Claire being the name that everyone in the household has been calling her by. The name Opal comes from this billboard named Opal's Burgers, and on it we see the main family from earlier in the beginning of the short. A manic realization begins to set into Opal after she has to come to terms with the fact that she has a real family that is completely unlike the fake family from earlier. Amidst all of this pain and suffering, she manages to tuck her head into her lap and force her mind to escape the reality that she's in, with her fake family singing to her, presumably calming her down. We then zoom out of her fantasy, seeing that it's all in her head, as the family in the real house needlessly bangs on her door, wanting attention from her. Zooming out so much, revealing that there was never a house across the street, further confirming it's all in her head. The amazing thing about this short is the small amount of details that add to the overall theme. Claire is the byproduct of a truly neglectful family. One of the biggest symbolisms in Opal is the fact that none of her family sees her. The grandfather is quite literally blind, so he's unable to see her. The mirror man, which is her father, is so caught up in his own life that any small sliver of a chance at seeing his daughter is met with him readjusting his mirrors, which I took literally and figuratively, with the adjusting of the mirrors possibly referencing to how adults will reinforce their priorities and leave the kids at the bottom of that list. And then we see her mom, a deprived alcoholic druggie that doesn't want a daughter for normal motherly reasons. She wants a daughter that she can use as a therapist, someone to go to with her struggles, completely flipping the parent-kid dynamic on its head. Usually we see the parent taking care of the child, but in all cases of Claire interacting with her family, it's Claire taking care of them. She talks her mom through her obvious depressions and relapses. She gives unnecessary attention to her dad, who just talks to himself the whole time, and is constantly used by the grandpa just to get his cigarettes. While we're on the topic of the grandpa, watching the short film for the first time, this small line might slip past you.
Claire, is that you?
But watching it a second time, you'll realize that the grandpa genuinely doesn't recognize his own granddaughter, which is far more disturbing than the initial reaction you might see at first glance. And all of this has a drastically disturbing effect on Claire herself. She's so neglected by her parents physically that she is also clearly malnourished, as when you compare her looks to the kid on the billboard, it's almost obvious how not well fed she is. And what's more disheartening is the fact that it makes sense when you spill out the facts. Her mother is unfit to take care of her due to being an addict. The grandfather can barely take care of himself, so how is he supposed to take care of Claire? And the father only really cares about himself, so who is left to take care of her? No one. Even smaller details such as the way that she walks inside. The way that she walks inside the first time around
Beautiful.
In life, growth doesn't happen alone. Family keeps you secure. Coaches maximize your performance. But in business,
Now, B is the middle gear for both. And then you have A and H, which is the basic one. Okay, I think I understand. What about the numbers? That is the generation of an 800 series is more than a 600 series. So I'll let you sport 6. You still get this year. Okay, so tell me about the litter. This is a little different thing. The size is small. Standard size is easier to know something. So you have the next step down, which is F micro index, and smaller, which is I index. Well, now I understand. Just a little bit, but okay. Where'd you learn this at? Oh, I just follow cap labs. It's my share. Follow pointers.
Three Minecraft builders how to upgrade this castle in my survival world. Our first builder today is me, who's left-handed, which makes her definitively the coolest builder I've spoken to so far. She put her focus on adding greenery to the build. It's always a great start to bring in some storage.
What the fuck does being left-handed have to do with playing in Minecraft?
First of all, the pattern she laid out as closely as possible. And in the end, I love the subtle but natural way it meshes together. And next we have Mir, who is a bit of an island expert, getting true to his character, suggested bigger islands and newer islands. So while I gather a short box of dirt, let's talk about something. I've noticed there are a lot of people who like these videos, and without talented builders, I wouldn't be able to make
peak as fuck. Okay, I will. Thanks to you. Don't thank me. Hey, why not? No, I'm to know. I'm fucking. Ain't nobody fucking me. Hey, why not? Come on, guys. Whoa, don't come on me. Hey, why not? Yo, that's peak as fuck. Okay, I will.
You dare tell me what to do. You'll take that shelter.
Traumatizing fears.
You know, I just let out one of the
Tell me that you just ripped ass.
no, I was crying. It was a very silent watching something where it was talking about life before social media. And I guess I was just like reminiscing over what life was like before. And so it all just kind of hit me all at once, is all. I do still like miss what life was like before all this crap, wholeheartedly.
I mean, most people do.
It wasn't the best either for me, because it was like I don't even really want to fucking talk about it. I've been bouncing back and forth past the possibility that like, oh, maybe I'm a narcissist, but I don't feel like I am, because I'm having that question in the first place. I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, you're definitely not a narcissist.
Then I got an email saying that vehicle can't extend out of the driveway, so I decided to bring over the juggernaut truck, in which my HOA required the vehicle front paint. So I decided to swap it out for the Batmobile, which is painted black. But I actually felt bad because it was waking my neighbors up every morning, so I decided to switch it out with an armored paint truck and park that at my house instead. And with the HOA replied saying no commercial vehicles could be parked in the driveway. And I remembered having to get a Prius, so I parked that in the driveway. But after a day or two, I noticed the jet engine started running. So I decided to wrap my other truck with the brightest neon orange possible. And now my HOA is called the cops, so follow for part 2 and see what I put in the driveway. And my HOA got pissed because they said my car was trashy, so I decided to rent a limo.
I like where this is going.
9mm. My HOA.
Not good vixen. Idril's bold, revealing cut, lasers.
Iron-based dinosaurs.
These Terraria mods completely reinvent how Terraria worlds work. To start, we have looping world, which will loop the right and left edges of your world. Meaning, you can walk straight in one direction and eventually end up right back where you started. After that, we have multi-map world, which allows you sighed in wonder, he simply glued a stuffed parrot to his shoulder. Recognizing their captain, the pirates now mow his lawn. His house was in the way of the new road, so he needed bulldozing to use the office. Painted the road blue and declared it a river. Under maritime law, his home was now an abandoned shipyard.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining us for an afternoon hand job.
Yes. We smoke out here? Anita, how are you now?
Quite a week, as I'm sure you've heard. Yeah, show you my sister-in-law, Cash.
Oh, we heard. That's giving us a call, but you don't have fun.
Not our only ailment this week, unfortunately. Just yesterday, I cut my finger chopped. I continued to work, of course, while licking it occasionally to keep blood from getting on my dress. Long and the short, I spent the whole afternoon painting my neck.
Did the children not operate?
I had sent them into the house to spend them, and I'm glad for it.
Right, the last thing I'd want is for the children to look out in the yard and see their mother licking her own axle.
But he does bathe lemon, and I implore you to hydrate one. After all, you'll be hammering box all afternoon.
Hammering box? My feed boxes were destroyed in the windstorm Wednesday last. Another one on the way. Time is of the essence and we must rebuild.
My box. One of those boxes was constructed by me, no Jack.
Forgive me, my wife.
I want to know which one of you is going to pound my box.
Thank you. I screwed that box for hours yesterday.
My dick doesn't have the stamina you want to do. We are grateful for your help.
Incidentally, Anita Dick, did the boys finish with the 3 loads of hay?
They finished one. I did the other.
Shame. Richard, my son, left 2 loads on their mother.
Oh, it doesn't end there. Jedediah took one. So I told him to gather up the gun and into the shed where, unfortunately, the tantrum continued. Gentlemen, let's enjoy the afternoon.
You should know. There's a prize on this day for the man who uses his tool the best. Hint. What's moist and warm, and close to heaven. Warm.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining us.
Random tech finds. Somebody put a projector inside the phone, and that's what the craziest feature. It's 500 milligram one. The one is Europe, so it's a 5 beats. What else it makes? It's 5. It's a phone of the house inside. Yeah, 500 milliamp power battery, which lasts 3 days on a single charge. It's power bank you are coming. It also has over 500 gigs of storage, a 12 megapixel camera, and a Wednesday camera, a 12 megapixel light, a 30 decibel speaker, and a built-in projector, once again on the series.
Oh, man, I'm so
You have a 60-inch screen that maybe shows you work. Check it out. Random tech finds.
I'm chill with it, but other than that, no wild. Can I wish for less wishes? Like, yeah, you can wish for less wishes. Idiot. Oh, but I'm not an idiot. Sure, you started. I can hold. Make a proper bring me down to 0 wishes, and the wish itself will bring me down to -1, thus causing an overdose curve and usurper bring me up to the highest possible user value of wishes available by the data time. Yeah, maybe, man. I don't know. I don't work server-side development. I'm just customer service. I wish for -3 wishes added to my phone number with this after I make this wish and brought down to 2 wishes. Oh, that's complicated wording. I guess you know the teeny shit works. Okay. Then you've got 3 wishes still. It's just 3 wishes. Oh my god. It's a 2-bit data type. I don't know what that means. It's really cool that you made a wish that did nothing. I've never seen that before. I wish for the data type that holds the number of wishes a person can have to be updated from 2 bits to like 64. Sounds like I'm off there. Reading the rule, but okay. Okay, you have a added to my total number of wishes after the making of his wish, bringing my total number of thirsts down by 1. Alright, how you know? Million trillion givers in wishes. Well, good for you, man. The other fools can't wish for love.
Turn right. Not anymore. Introducing MapTunes. MapTunes is the GPS that sends you directions to whatever tune you're already listening to, so you never have your favorite song interrupted again.
Take a left at the stop sign.
Traffic ahead, expect delays. Impulse, I'll take a right turn left. In 2 miles, take a left with it.
Hey Google. You never know.
I just had a rough day yesterday. My hamster died, and I just spent the whole day just bawling. And I came home from work. I saw my hamster, and I just started bawling. It was so peaceful. It was holding out. I just started bawling. I had no idea. I just took him for a checkup, and I just started bawling. I didn't even see it coming. I just had a rough day yesterday. My hamster died. I spent the whole day just bawling. And I came home from work. I saw my hamster, and I just started bawling.
Alter or Bastion. Terraria Expert Mode. Tips and tricks that you should know. Here is how to acquire Zenith in free hard mode. There is a certain item that you need that's 1 out of 9,999 chance of dropping from titanium crates. This item is seaweed. Once you have seaweed, acquire an old shoe. Using the seaweed and the old shoe at an ice machine will craft you an Unreal Phoenix Blaster. Head to the hollow, using the Phoenix Blaster, shoot a prismatic lace wing. This in turn will spawn a companion cube pet. Throw the companion cube into lava. You will feel no remorse doing so. This action in turn will give you a painting of the creator himself, Mr. John Terrarium. Place the painting on the wall of your home. By doing that, a golden chest will spawn in a...
Hey Gerard.
What's up?
I know, hold on. Gerard,
Yeah. Hello?
you're cutting out. What the fuck?
What's
There
up?
you go. Yeah, I gotta go. We gotta go. I gotta help her with something. Then we gotta go to a fucking baptism. I don't.
Alrighty.
Some baby thing. I'll be back on afterwards if you're still awake.
Okie doke.
Bye.
Peace.